It was a dark and stormy night, the kind that makes you question your sanity for ordering pizza. But there I was, sitting alone in my dimly lit apartment, stomach growling louder than the thunder outside. The clock struck midnight, and a sudden craving for cheesy goodness consumed me. I dialed the number of a local pizza joint, praying they were still delivering. To my surprise, the phone rang just once before a deep, raspy voice answered. "Monster Munchies, where every bite takes a piece of your soul. What's your poison?" A shiver ran down my spine, but hunger overpowered fear. I placed an order for a classic pepperoni pizza and waited. The minutes dragged on, each tick of the clock echoing through the emptiness of my apartment. Just as I was about to give up hope, a knock echoed from my front door. I opened it to find a delivery guy wearing a tattered uniform, his eyes hidden beneath the shadow of a worn-out cap. He handed me a box that exuded an eerie warmth. I hesitated but paid, thinking it was just the oven-fresh pizza inside. As I eagerly opened the box, a foul smell assaulted my senses. The cheese looked like melted skin, and the pepperoni bore an unsettling resemblance to blood-soaked flesh. Ignoring the unsettling appearance, I took a hesitant bite, the taste both repulsive and addictive. It was as if the pizza itself had a malevolent force, compelling me to devour it. With each slice, the room grew colder, the shadows dancing menacingly on the walls. I dismissed it as a trick of my imagination, but a soft whisper lingered in the air, barely audible over the howling wind outside. "Feast on, mortal. Feast on." My heart raced as the room plunged into darkness, the only illumination coming from the eerie glow of the demonic pizza. Panic set in, and I fumbled for the light switch. As the room brightened, the pizza slices squirmed on the plate. Tiny mouths formed from the pepperoni, whispering profanities that sent chills down my spine. In a desperate attempt to escape the nightmare, I grabbed the demonic pizza and rushed to the door. But the delivery guy was nowhere in sight. The storm outside had intensified, the rain battering against the windows like angry spirits trying to break free. The walls of my apartment seemed to close in, the air thick with an otherworldly presence. The demonic pizza pulsed in my hands, a malevolent energy seeping into my very being. I stumbled backward, the whispers growing louder, echoing in my mind. As I reached for the phone to call for help, a shadowy figure materialized in the corner of the room. It was the delivery guy, his eyes now glowing a malevolent red. "You've tasted the forbidden feast, mortal. There's no turning back." Terrified, I bolted for the door, but the hallway beyond stretched into an infinite abyss. The walls of my apartment warped and twisted, closing in on me like a suffocating nightmare. The demonic pizza, now a grotesque entity, hovered in the air, its mouth widening into a sinister grin. I stumbled through the ever-shifting corridors, the whispers intensifying into maniacal laughter. The air was thick with the stench of decay, and the walls seemed to pulse with a sinister heartbeat. The pizza, now a grotesque creature, slithered behind me, its demonic eyes fixated on my every move. Suddenly, I found myself in a nightmarish realm, a distorted version of reality where the rules of physics and reason held no sway. The delivery guy stood before me, his form contorting into a monstrous shape. "You sought the forbidden flavor, and now you belong to the feast." With that, the demonic pizza engulfed me, its grotesque mouth consuming my very essence. I screamed as the world around me disintegrated into darkness. The last thing I heard was the echoing laughter of malevolent spirits, reveling in the horror of the true freaky pizza delivery.